And welcome back, you guys. From a recap of my Week 14 NFL picks for 2017-2018 NFL season. TJ Harman for you on YouTube or Red Squirrel for you on Twitter. If this is your first time on my channel, please click that subscribe button and come back each and every week. I give you the recaps of any week games as well as upcoming games for the upcoming week. With that, let's get with my Week 14 recap. Straight up, I went 9-6 so far in Week 14 against the spread. I was 6-9, so kind of rough because all the favorites decided to took a turn and give it to the dogs. So yeah, tough week. Week 14 it was. My video pick, I was 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread, and 1-2 over under. And I tell you, I'm kind of happy at some things, but I'm not happy at others. But let's get with my picks from last week. I told you to take the New Orleans Saints to beat the Atlanta Falcons. That you see did not happen as the Falcons beat the Saints 20-17. Alvin Kamara suffered a concussion. He's on a concussion protocol, so it's highly likely he may not play this week. Maybe we'll just have to wait and see. By the way, the Falcons are still in the wild card hunt because a couple teams who they wanted to lose did just that. I told you to take the Lions in the Sunday games to defeat the Buccaneers 24-21. This was a close game. Matthew Stafford playing with a injured hand was still played. Jameis Winston was back as Jameis Winston, but the Lions, Matt Prater hit a field goal to win it for the Lions. They go 7-6, so they're still in the wild card hunt. I told you to take the Dallas Cowboys to defeat the New York Giants 30-10. This was a boring game, and people was just like walking away from the TV saying, "Who's going to score? Who's going to score?" Dak Prescott company kind of awakened themselves up. The second 30-plus game in 2 weeks. Eli Manning did throw a touchdown, but unfortunately, he also threw a pick. So, yeah, Cowboys still in the playoff hunt for the wild card, but they're still alive technically. They're 7-6 just like the Lions. I told you to take the Texans to defeat the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers. That did not happen. 49ers winning 26-16. 2 straight wins for the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo definitely is the future quarterback for San Fran. Tom Savage suffered a concussion, and it was kind of scary because after he took a hit, his hand was shaking as if he had some type of syndrome. But yeah, so likely he won't be playing this week. So yeah, tough luck for the Texans as he might be not playing this week. Just been a tough season for the Texans with the loss of Deshaun Watson and that freaking ACL. Moving on. I told you to take the Chiefs to defeat the Oakland Raiders 26-15. Chiefs came out strong. Oh man, I tell you. Chiefs needed that win. They were losers of 6 of the last 7. Was it 7 of the last 8? I think 6 of the last 7. And Derek Carr just really didn't have no words to say to his team, but he sucked. I guess that's what he said. I'm just quoting that. I'm not sure what he said, but the press conference after the game was not to Carr's liking. Raiders still on the outside looking in. It's probably likely they won't see no playoff again this season. Well, they did get in the playoff last season, but they were out in the wild card, so yeah. I told you to take the Carolina Panthers to upset the Minnesota Vikings 31-24, ending the Vikings' 9-game winning streak. Oh man, Cam Newton was the Superman of this game. A 61-yard rushing run with the game pretty much tied, and the Panthers eventually went ahead and scored the go-ahead touchdown after that. So Carolina and is now leading the NFC South right now by 1 game. By 1, well, they tied with the Saints. So yeah, they got to play each other again in the next week or two. Minnesota, they still trying to vie. They could have clinched the NFC North. They could do it if Green Bay loses this week, which I doubt. Speaking of Green Bay, I told you to take the Packers to defeat the Browns 27-21. The Browns, Josh Gordon scored his first touchdown in almost 4 years. Browns looked like they were about to take it, but the Packers came back and won it in overtime, 27-21. Boy, I tell you, these Packers are looking pretty good. They're still in the wild card hunt, and they might get Aaron Rodgers back depending on his physical later this week. I told you to take the Cincinnati Bengals to defeat the Chicago Bears. As you see, that did not happen. Bears all over the Bengals, 33-7. Bengals found a way to lose games they know they really should win, especially to a team like the Chicago Bears. John Fox, whose freaking job is on the line, because he's one of the coaches that's in the hot seat. I don't think he'll be back with the Bears next season, no way. Even though he did win against the Bengals, so what? Bears still got a tough schedule ahead with 3 more games to play and ain't looking good. But it's a promising future for Mitchell Trubisky, I can tell you that. I think he went over 200 yards. I think it was great for him. And I think Jordan Howard also ran for some decent yards as well. I told you to take the Bills over the Indianapolis Colts, 13-7. This was the Snow Bowl in Buffalo. Shoot, that lake effect snow in Buffalo always gets. It was a fun, entertaining game. It took overtime for the Bills. LaShawn McCoy rushing in for the game winner. Kelvin Benjamin, who was out for the last 3 or 4 games for the Bills, finally saw himself in his debut, and he caught a touchdown. And yeah, Bills win 13-7. So their wild card chances is still in the AFC. I told you to take the Los Angeles Chargers in the late game to defeat the Washington Redskins 30-13. Phillip Rivers, I'm telling you, Chargers have won 3-4 in a row right now. And I still think the Chargers may win the AFC West, depending on what the Chiefs are going to do. Because right now, them and the Chiefs are tied still at 7-6. It's all open up in the AFC West. Who wants it? Who knows? Redskins, I think they're going to be eliminated from the playoffs with that loss. So, yeah. No playoff for the Redskins this season. Bye-bye. I told you to take the Jets to defeat the Broncos. As you see, that did not happen. Broncos came out and ended their long 5, 6, 7, 8 game losing streak 23-0. Trevor Siemian did all this. So did Jamal Charles. Josh McCown, he had to leave because he broke his hand. That's the only reason why the Jets lost this game. Bryce Petty wasn't much of a big help for them, and Jets officially eliminated from any playoff contention. But it would be nice to see them go 8-8, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So Jets officially eliminated, just like the Redskins. I told you to take the Tennessee Titans to defeat the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, man, I know MJ, my boy out there in Tennessee, is hot, livid. Cardinals defeat the Titans 12-7. Congratulations to Larry Fitzgerald, passing Randy Moss in receptions in a single season in his career. Great job for Fitzgerald. Great win for the Cardinals. Tough loss for the Titans as they go 8-5. I told you to take the Seahawks to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. As you see, not today. Not today. Jaguars in a shootout beat the Seahawks 30-24. I did not expect this. This was the upset of the week. Oh my goodness. Jaguars are 9-4, and they could get a playoff berth with a win next week. We'll just have to see what happens because the AFC South just got interesting. Real interesting. With the Jaguars winning and the Titans losing, Jaguars are in sole possession of first place in the AFC South. I told you to take my Eagles in the game of the week to defeat the LA Rams 43-35, but it came with a price. Carson Wentz, who threw 4 touchdown passes, 33 4 touchdown passes, making it 33 touchdown passes on the season. Coming the first Eagle in all franchise history over Sonny Jurgensen, as well as Donovan McNabb, to take that spot. He's tore his ACL late in the third quarter. He had to leave, and he is out for the season, unfortunately. So it's a tough break for the Eagles. And I have to figure out if that was a blatant hit, because he was already hit once after that second hit. I just keep looking at their replay, and yet he had the guts to stay in there for 2 plays, a run for Clement to get down near the goal line, and then a good touchdown catch by Alshon Jeffrey, who's getting paid for 4 years and $52 million. You make catches like that. That was a superb catch. I was out of my mind when he caught that because it almost touched the ground and he caught it. This, by far, is the game of the year. Eagles and Rams, entertaining, but it's a loss. Wentz is out. Nick Foles, in Foles we trust, I believe, can get to the Eagles to that next step. Win 3 against the Giants, Raiders, and Cowboys. Maybe 2 of those will be wins. Cowboys is going to be tough because Zeke Elliott will be back on Christmas Eve and play the Eagles on New Year's Eve. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But Eagles win 43-35, clinch the NFC East. I got my shirt and hat coming this week. Check me out on Twitter and on Snap in the next few days. So, yeah. I told you to take the Ravens to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers in Sunday Night Football. They absolutely did it. 39-38. This was an up and down game. Steelers was leading. Ravens was leading. Steelers was leading. Ravens was leading. Steelers came back and win by 1 point on another field goal. Oh, man. Antonio Brown just keep doing it. Le'Veon Bell almost did it just as well. But that strip from T.J. Watt at the end of the game proved the fake for the Ravens, as the Ravens still alive in the AFC wild card. And of course, the Steelers, with the win, clinches the AFC North. And on Monday Night Football, I have the Patriots, of course, over the Dolphins. Big time. I think right now with Wentz going down, Tom Brady is likely going to be the front runner to get that most valuable player. It really, really sucks. Guys, did you pick these games? What were your thoughts on these games so far? Post your comments. Let me know what you think. I'm TJ Harman here on YouTube, or red_out for you on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching my recap of Week 14. I'll be back later this evening to give you my picks for Week 15 and all that good stuff. Check out our Facebook page, YouTube Prognosticators. The link's down below. And check out my YouTube Prognosticators links. Their channels and links is down below, description box as well. Thank you again for watching this recap. I'll see you guys later for my picks for Week 15. Till then, see you guys later.